Hi guys, this is Rachele and Amethyst Ascension is my channel. If you're new to this channel, first of all, I'd like to say welcome, and I'd like to actually talk a little bit about myself and what this channel is what my vision for the channel is, okay? I've been actually on YouTube for about 7 or 8 months actually doing content, and I originally started this channel for my sister and I. However, you haven't seen her yet because she's just been incredibly busy. She does want to participate as well, but she has 3 daughters, one of which is still at home, who just had a baby 2 months ago. So her and her husband, they're at my sister's house with the baby. And then another of her daughters, her oldest daughter, just had a baby like 7 or 8 months ago. And my sister watches the baby every day when she gets off of work, sometimes for the weekends, just depending on how her schedule is. So, and my sister works full time, takes care of the home, and is constantly, I mean, she's just a busy lady. So eventually, when things calm down, you will hopefully see her. She's wonderful. I love her. I hope you'll love her too. I'm sure you will. But it was originally started for the both of us. And Amethyst Ascension is our business. We have an online presence right now. However, our hopes and dreams are to eventually have a metaphysical store, and this is where we're starting. Okay, so in a few years we're hoping to have a metaphysical store, for one, to get her out of the factory, because she works so hard and it's just really hard on her. But not just that, because this is something spiritually that we have wanted to do for a long time. My sister and I have been on this path for like ever, okay? What I find funny is that my sister and I both have, we're like 16 months apart. We both have the same life path number. I swear she is like my soulmate. It's funny. And on top of that, she recently took the Myers-Briggs personality test, and we're both the same personality type as well, which is supposed to be the rarest. Go figure, right? But anyways, spiritually, we have always been in tune with each other. But beyond that, there's going to be lots of different content on the channel. Some I hope is entertaining for you and interesting at the very least. Hopefully you find some entertainment out of it. I just want to say, I always try to be a positive person, and I like to keep things as positive as I can on my channel. Now, that's not saying that I don't have negative feelings and emotions just like everybody else does, but I choose to try to focus on the positive rather than the negative. And I try to always take into consideration your thoughts, your perspective, and your feelings on whatever topics, well, everything really, but whenever we have, let me just say, some of the content that I put on this channel is going to be from my point of view, and I will do my very, very best to always make sure that I take other people's feelings into consideration and their thoughts. And obviously that cannot be achieved all the time, but I'm going to do my due diligence to always try to do my thoughts and all of that I put onto my channel in a respectful manner. And I want you to feel like you can also respond and comment if you don't agree as well, in a positive and respectful manner. Because I think that it's really good to always hear the perspective of other people. How else do we grow if we're only stuck in our own little world and only see things from one point of view? When just for me, I am like a truth seeker. I am a knowledge seeker. And yes, every person has their own truth, but there's always different perspectives to that truth, right? So anyways, I do believe, I want to, just touch further on, I do believe that we are going through a ascension process right now. I believe that some people have been going through this awakening for many, many years, whereas there's tons and tons of people that are just beginning to wake up. And what I mean by wake up, I'm sure you have heard that term thrown around a lot, is really just about, starting to look at situations through different eyes and expanding your perception and or expanding your consciousness, and also starting to feel those different abilities, different psychic abilities start to become more developed. And you might have been psychic your whole life and not even realize it. I did just recently do a series on here called The 8 Clairs, which talks about the 8 different clairvoyant, psychic clairs, not clairvoyant. Clairvoyant is one of those, but it's probably the most popular term out of those that's used. But I highly suggest checking that out, because a lot of people are psychic and probably didn't even realize it. But that's just another part, I honestly believe, of this awakening that is happening, and our consciousness is evolving. I wanted to touch on some of the things that you are going to see on this channel. And let me just also say, that doesn't mean that's the limit. That's just what I'm thinking right now. A year down the road, other topics might come up or other interests, and bam, there we go. I got to add more, right? So the things that we're going to be touching on in this channel are, and I had to write it down because I know I'll forget stuff if I don't. So please bear with my looking up and down. You're going to hear sometimes my beliefs on certain topics like aliens, spirituality, ancient civilizations and cultures, witchcraft, crystal and energy workings, ghosts and paranormal experiences, my own paranormal experiences, Bigfoot, mermaids, fairies, tarot and oracle, readings. The further along I get with that, even more readings. And you're also going to see subscription box unboxings. I get new tarot and oracle decks. I'll do unboxings for those. I also enjoy doing, when I go and do like thrifty shopping, or shopping for witchy things, or shopping for crystals, or it might be all in one big video when I went out and did some shopping like that, and just show it to you. Also, there will be some VR videos, which I find a lot of fun, and another way for us to come together. If you don't know what a VR is, it is a video response to somebody else that's in the community, and you are responding to a video that they put out. Or a lot of times they're supposed to be video responses, like as in 25 wacky questions, or get to know your witches, or just stuff like that. But it's those things that bring us all together. Eventually, I would like to maybe also do interviews of other people that are in the same community, or have the same interest, or a completely different interest that maybe I think will bring some light to other things, perhaps. And ask an assortment of questions, not just tarot related, but spiritually related, and experiences, paranormal experiences, aliens, you name it. I just want to open the gamut on all of that. But I'm going to do that in time, because For one, I need to learn some technology on how to do that and become better versed in technology, but also grow my, grow my channel a little bit. I also just want to mention that I do like to support other content creators, and especially those that I see are supporting me in a big way, because it means the world to me. So those are the first ones that I'm going to try to turn around and support. But that doesn't mean I'm not still going to support the ones that are bigger channels that I just find their content just so enthralling and interesting. I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to support as many people as I possibly can. And I also want to support my subscribers by also doing periodic giveaways. I just find great joy in that as well. So, I love to see your comments and your point of view, because that way then I feel like we're actually having this engagement. We're having discussions, and for me, that's what community is all about, is, discussing the things that we have in common, discussing certain topics that we'd like to discuss, and also having disagreements, as long as they're in a loving and respectful manner. But I do encourage that. I also want you to understand, or just know where I'm coming from as far as making comments on other people's stuff. I love to support other people. And if I haven't made it over to your channel in a little bit, because the more and more the subscribers continue to grow, obviously you're going to get more involvement, and it cuts down on the available time. So I completely get that. And that's why I say I'm still going to support those people that don't necessarily come over and look at my content, because they're so inundated with all of the stuff they got going on at their channel. I get it. It doesn't mean that I still don't love their content, and I'm still going to support them, because I respect what they're doing and how they're putting themselves out there, and they're sharing all this knowledge, which I love, because I'm a knowledge seeker. So I wanted to put that out there. And if I don't get to you, sometimes it might be a couple of weeks, but then I'm going to stalk you for a couple of days or a day and try to catch up on you. But I know that could take a while, because the more and more it grows. So I'm sure you understand. But that's pretty much what I wanted to touch on and tell you a little bit about myself and about the content going forward. And I hope that you stick around and give me a like, hit that subscribe, and don't forget about hitting the little notification bell if you want to receive notifications of my new videos that come out. And I am always sending you guys love and light. Thank you so much.